The Pacman Nebula, NGC 281, through an 8-inch telescope. Did you know there's a nebula in space that resembles the iconic Pac-Man? Yes, the famous character from the 1980s game has its cosmic counterpart, hidden in the vastness of the universe. But the Pacman Nebula, NGC 281, is much more than a visual curiosity. It holds mysteries that reveal how stars are born, grow, and shape the cosmos around us. Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing a stellar nursery where new stars are being cooked in a giant cosmic oven of gas and dust. Would you like to know how the light from this nebula, which has traveled for thousands of light years, can transport you back to the universe's past? And how small cosmic eggs, called Bok globules, conceal the beginnings of new stars? In this video, I'll show you how to find this masterpiece in the night sky, explore its magical composition, and, for those who love astrophotography, capture incredible images of it using an 8-inch telescope. Get ready for an incredible journey that will connect you to the universe like never before. We'll uncover the hidden secrets of the Pacman Nebula, and you won't want to miss a single detail. What is the Pacman Nebula? The Pacman Nebula, officially catalogued as NGC 281, is a giant cloud of gas and dust floating in deep space, located in the direction of the Cassiopeia constellation. The popular name Pacman came about because in long exposure images, it resembles the iconic character from the famous 1980s game, with an open mouth that seems to be devouring stars around it. This intriguing shape is not an actual drawing, but rather an illusion created by dense areas of dust blocking the light from behind, giving rise to the recognizable shape. It's as if the universe is playing a game, drawing something familiar for us in the sky. NGC 281 is not just a curious sight, it's a true stellar nursery. This means it is a region where new stars are being born from the gravitational collapse of clouds of gas and dust. These young, hot stars emit powerful radiation that illuminates the surrounding gas, making it glow like a giant cosmic lamp. This process turns the nebula into a stunning display of light and color, especially when captured through telescopes or in astrophotography. For amateur astronomers, observing the Pacman Nebula is a unique experience. With an 8-inch telescope, you can see its diffuse shapes and, depending on the observing conditions, distinguish some of the darker areas that form the mouth. Moreover, it's fascinating to imagine that while looking at it, you're witnessing events that happened thousands of years ago, as the light we see today took about 900 to 200 years to reach us. Thinking about how something so distant can feel so familiar and meaningful is a reminder of how vast, mysterious, and yet surprisingly connected the universe is to us. Distance and location in the sky. The Pacman Nebula is so incredibly far away that the light it emits takes about 90 to 200 years to reach us. This means that when we look at it today, we're literally seeing how it appeared 9,200 years ago, a time so distant that we were in the early days of human civilization. To put this into perspective, this light began its journey across the universe before the Great Pyramids of Egypt were built, or even before the first organized civilizations emerged. It's like a cosmic time capsule that allows us to glimpse into the universe's past. You can find the Pacman Nebula in the Cassiopeia constellation, one of the easiest constellations to identify in the night sky. Cassiopeia has the shape of a large W or M, depending on its position in the sky, and shines brightly in the northern hemisphere during autumn and winter nights. This constellation is an ideal reference point for beginner and experienced astronomers alike, and knowing that NGC 281 is hidden there makes it even more special. One of the most fascinating things is that, even knowing where to look, the Pacman Nebula cannot be seen with the naked eye. We need a telescope to reveal its details. With an 8-inch instrument, it's possible to capture its diffuse light and distinguish some of the dark areas that form its characteristic shape. While locating it, it's thrilling to think that we are looking at a jewel of the universe, an active stellar nursery where new stars are forming, and that its light has traveled thousands of years to finally reach us. The idea that the sky holds so many hidden surprises emphasizes how much there is still to discover in the cosmos. Visible features through an 8-inch telescope. If you own an 8-inch telescope, you're in luck. This size is perfect for observing basic details of NGC 281. You'll see a diffuse patch of light, but with patience and perhaps a UHC or OI filter to block artificial light, the nebula begins to reveal its secrets. It's like opening a gift slowly, noticing subtle grey tones and perhaps even a faint glow that marks the gas regions. The mouth shape can be challenging to spot with the naked eye, but with experience and good conditions, you'll manage. Seeing this with your own eyes, knowing how far away it is, can make anyone feel the grandeur of the universe. Composition and formation. NGC 281 is a true cosmic factory made primarily of hydrogen gas, the most abundant element in the universe. This gas is the main fuel for star formation. When energized by the intense radiation of young, hot stars, it glows with a reddish hue, typical of emission nebulas. It's as if the hydrogen is being lit up, illuminating the surrounding space with a fascinating glow, similar to a giant neon light in the cosmos. In addition to hydrogen gas, the nebula contains cosmic dust, which plays a crucial role in its appearance. This dust consists of tiny particles like superfine grains of sand made of carbon, silicates and other elements. In some regions, this dust is so dense that it blocks the light, creating the dark areas that form the famous face of Pacman. It's as if this dust is the brush of the universe, sculpting shapes and patterns amidst the glow of gas. But the most incredible thing is that these clouds of gas and dust are not static. They are in constant motion and transformation. In certain areas, gravity begins to pull the gas and dust inward, forming dense nests that can eventually collapse and give rise to new stars. It's like a cosmic stove where these stars are cooking, ready to emerge as new points of light in the universe. This process of star formation is accompanied by intense explosions of energy and stellar winds that further sculpt the shapes of the nebula. The Pacman Nebula is, therefore, a living and dynamic scene, a dance between light and darkness, gas and gravity, where the cycle of star birth continues for millions of years. It's fascinating to think that we are looking at a place where the universe is literally creating more of itself in a constant recycling of matter and energy. Open Star Cluster IC 1590. At the heart of the Pacman Nebula, NGC 281, lies the brilliant open star cluster IC 1590, a true highlight of this cosmic region. Imagine a group of young, hot stars gathered like a blazing campfire, illuminating a vast cosmic forest around them. These newly formed stars are incredibly energetic and responsible for lighting up the entire nebula. Their intense radiation ionizes the surrounding gas, making it glow with the characteristic colors that make this nebula so fascinating. These stars not only illuminate, but also shape the nebula with their powerful stellar winds, streams of charged particles that blow through space like a cosmic storm. These winds sculpt the surrounding clouds of gas and dust, creating unique shapes and patterns, like true works of art crafted by the universe. The interaction between stellar winds and the nebula's material is what gives NGC 281 its distinct and dynamic appearance. When you point your telescope to this region, you can see these young stars shining like tiny points of light amidst the diffuse nebula. Each of them is a potential sun, some even more massive and hotter than our own sun. It's even more thrilling to think that new planetary systems might be forming around some of these stars. These stars are like cosmic seeds, spreading the possibility of life on planets that may be taking shape thousands of light years away. IC 1590 reminds us of the universe's incredible capacity for creation and transformation. It's a true spectacle of light and energy, showing that even the most distant parts of the cosmos are full of life and activity. Observing this cluster is like witnessing the infancy of stars that millions of years from now might shine as brightly as our sun, illuminating worlds that don't yet exist. Bok globules. Within the nebula, there are small dark spots called Bok globules. These globules are like cosmic eggs made of gas and dust, where stars might be forming. Imagine tiny hideouts in space, protecting the earliest moments of a star's life. These globules are so dense that not even light can pass through them, making them even more mysterious. They are a reminder that the universe is always in motion, creating new wonders. With a larger telescope and high-resolution images, you could even spot some of these globules, hidden like treasures within the nebula. Best time for observation. If you want to observe the Pacman Nebula, choose a clear night during the fall or winter when Cassiopeia is high in the sky. It's best to be far from city lights, so the sky is very dark. Here's a handy tip. Bring a star chart or use an app to locate Cassiopeia. Then look for the nebula near the shoulder of this constellation. It's thrilling to point your telescope at a region of space, knowing that stars are being born there. Get ready for a magical experience where every second at the telescope feels like a journey to the heart of the universe. Astrophotography. If observing the nebula is amazing, photographing it is even more special. With an 8-inch telescope and a connected camera, you can capture details that the human eye cannot see. It's like revealing a hidden painting in the sky. The vibrant colors, usually shades of red and pink caused by hydrogen, emerge in photos thanks to long exposures that collect more light. Even with simple equipment, you can achieve impressive images. If you're new to astrophotography, the Pacman Nebula is a great target to start with because it combines beauty and challenge in just the right measure.